Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you how to calculate the area of a square. Now area is the size of a surface, and for a square has 4 equal sides. Now, I've drawn a square and labeled each of the sides with the letter A. That's only because all the sides are equal in length, right? So we don't get confused. So they're all labeled as A. So the formula to calculate the area of a square is very simple. You need to multiply one of its side lengths by another of its side lengths. Now it's very easy for a square because all the side lengths are equal. So area is equal to A times A. I've used A to denote length of one side of a square for this video, right? And area is obviously the shaded area. Now let's do an example to understand better, right? Find the area of a square with a side of 4 centimeters, or it can be any units, right? So because you know one of the side lengths, it's very simple. Area is equal to A times A, which becomes 4 times 4 in this case. And when you multiply 4 by 4, the answer you get is 16 units squared. With area, your answer will always be in squared, right? Whatever unit it is, squared. In this example, find the area of a square with side length of 6 centimeters. We'll use the same formula. Area is equal to A times A, and the side length is 6 centimeters, so we'll do 6 multiplied by 6, and the answer you get is 36 centimeters squared. We just use the squared at the end of the unit or the measurement to denote the fact that the answer is in area, right? It's a calculation for area. In this example, find the area of a square, each side of the square being 10 meters in length. So this time the measurement is in meters, and it's the one of the side lengths is 10 meters. So again, the formula is the same. Area is equal to A times A, which becomes 10 multiplied by 10, and the answer you get is 100 meter squared. Now, on the right hand side, you'll see I've written A squared and 10 squared. Because A times A, or any number multiplied by itself, becomes squared, right? So A times A also means A squared. 10 times 10 also means 10 squared, right? So any number multiplied by itself becomes a squared, right? So if I was multiplying, for example, 2 times 2, it also is the same as 2 squared, right? If I was doing 4 times 4, it becomes 4 squared. Now this fact becomes handy when you have a question like this. Example, find the side length of a square that has an area of 16 centimeters square. So this example is a bit different in the sense that the area is already given, but you have to find one of the side lengths. So you'll use the same formula. Area is equal to A times A. Area in this case is given as 16, so the working becomes 16 is equal to A times A. But you have to make A the subject of formula, right? You have to find A, and the easiest way to do that is you write A times A as A squared, because once it's squared, the opposite of squared is square root. So if you square root 16, the answer you get is 4. That means one of the side lengths of the square is 4, right? Because 4 times 4 is 16. So area is equal to A times A, or you can use area is equal to A squared, right? Or whatever letter you're using to denote one of the side lengths. So just to recap, area of a square is equal to A times A, or A squared. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm using A to denote one of the side lengths of a square. You can use other letters, that's fine, as long as you remember the area of a square is calculated by multiplying one of its side by the value of the other of its side, right? And if you had to calculate one of the sides, or find one of the sides given the area, then you square root the area, right? Thank you very much for watching. If you did like the video, please share and subscribe for more.